But first, the story of a Nashville dentist whose unique credentials helped give names to hundreds of victims who perished in the World Trade Center. September 11, 2001 holds many powerful images for all of us. But for a Nashville dentist, those images are even more vivid. 10 years later, they still hold a powerful grip on his emotions. He was among a handful of doctors who brought closure to the victims' families.
They just simply were vaporized. They just gone from the point of impact.
A harsh reality and the worst terror attack on U.S. soil. Nashville dentist Dr. Michael Tabor was witness to its grim aftermath. It was his job to identify the victims.
We would go 2 or 3 days and have no bodies, and then they'd bring 14 in.
Dr. Tabor, who has a practice here in Nashville, is also a forensic dentist, one of only 100 in the country. He was part of an elite team of doctors, the Disaster Dental Identification Team, who gave names to the 9/11 victims.
90% of all the IDs were done by dental records.
For the rest of the 3,000 victims, there were no traces of a body to identify. There was a reason for that.
They cocked the wings of the planes so it would spread more jet fuel over more floors and kill more people.
Dr. Tabor is still haunted to this day by the victims' families holding pictures of missing loved ones at Ground Zero. But it's a mother's plea that tears his heart to this day as he was entering the wreckage site for the first time a month after the attacks.
When they saw us walking in and we had a badge around our neck, they made their way to you and say, before you go in, please, can I talk to you just a minute? I know you're busy, but you don't understand. I have 2 sons, and one of them was killed in Vietnam, and the other one is a firefighter at FDNY, and he's missing, and I'm just about to lose my mind. Now, that's the kind of environment that you go in and work, and there is no medical examiner in the United States that's used to that.
When he finally did go into the rubble of the Twin Towers, nothing prepared him for what he saw.
You never have seen anything like that before live, and so you think, what is this? Your brain is, you keep asking yourself.
9/11 by far was the toughest assignment for someone who has seen the aftermath of so many disasters as chief forensic dentist for the state of Tennessee. What brought the true human tragedy of 9/11 into focus for Dr. Tabor was a note attached to a folder, a note he'll remember the rest of his life.
Dear doctors, thank you for helping to try to find my daddy. I sure hope he isn't dead. Thanks a lot. Love, Alex. And that was written by the little 8-year-old son who knew that the medical examiner's office was going to be examining his father's dental records. And sure enough, that was his father that died.
Memories that linger in Dr. Tabor's mind a decade later.
And that's what really has caused this to be such a very difficult thing to let go of.
Dr. Tabor has a very unique perspective on the 9/11 tragedy. He speaks about it to many civic groups across the country.